hope you're having an amazing day. Today I am here to show you this super easy hummus recipe, and I'm actually showing you how to make it in 3 different ways. So first up, I'm going to show you my regular classic hummus, which I make almost every week nowadays. So second up, we're making curry hummus. This is so simple. You only add 1 extra ingredient. And then the third recipe is pumpkin hummus. Again, this is just an addition of 1 ingredient and a few spices. So it is super simple and so delicious, and it's just great to have a little twist on your regular hummus every now and then. But yeah, hummus is seriously so easy to make, so delicious, packed full of protein and other nutrients. So I highly recommend you give this a go. And with all that said, let's get straight into the video. I'll see you on the other side. So here are all the base ingredients for this recipe. If you want the exact ingredients list, it is in the description box below, so check that out if you want to see the exact measurements. But now we're going into the base recipe. So first off, I have 2 cans of chickpeas here. I'm making a double batch today because I'm doing the 3 different types, but if you just want a regular single batch, you just half the ingredients. So I'll put all of that in the description box below, as well as the nutritional information and everything you need. But basically all I'm doing here is just blending up the chickpeas really quickly before I add in the rest of the ingredients. So here I'm adding in some tahini. The tahini really makes the hummus, so you really just need to make sure you have good quality tahini. Then I'm adding in 4 cloves of garlic, as well as some pepper and salt. I'm also adding in some water because that gives it a more creamy consistency, as well as the juice of 1 lemon. So you could also add in oil, however I think it tastes honestly just as good without the oil. The water that you add in gives it that creamy texture, and really all the taste comes from the chickpeas, the tahini, and the fresh garlic. So I would say if you don't have any fresh garlic and you're only using garlic powder, maybe you will need a bit of oil to add in some extra flavor, but honestly the fresh garlic cloves is where it's at. It adds this delicious flavor to the hummus, so I highly recommend using fresh garlic if possible. So I've just given that a good blend in my food processor, and then you will need to get out a spatula or a spoon and push down the sides because the chickpeas do kind of get stuck around the sides. And here I'm adding in the rest of that 1/2 cup of water. So for this batch I'm using 1/2 cup, but if obviously you're doing the regular sized batch, it's 1/4 cup of water. Again, those ingredients lists will be in the description box below, so check that out if you're going to make this recipe. Again, you just want to give that a really good blend, and if you don't have a high-speed blender like what I'm using here, you might need to go through this process a couple of times, but as you can see here, it has gotten to the perfect texture, and honestly that is it for the base recipe. You could eat that as it is with crackers, with veggie sticks, with a falafel wrap. It's just so creamy and delicious, and I actually think I'm gonna go make some more hummus this afternoon because I need more hummus in my life. So I'm adding in some extra salt and pepper here. Just make sure you give your hummus a taste and see if it is seasoned to your liking. Everyone has different preferences there, so just add as much salt and pepper as you would like. So if you are just making this plain hummus, you are all done. But because I am going to show you another 2 different types of hummus, I am just scooping out the hummus for the regular one, as well as scooping out some for the curry flavored one. Alright, so now for the pumpkin hummus, we are going to be going in with some cooked pumpkin. So I just cut up my pumpkin and cooked it in the oven at about 200 degrees Celsius for around 30 minutes. And it's seriously so simple. If you have leftover pumpkin, you could also do this with carrot, you could do it with sweet potato, basically any vegetable you can cook in the oven, roast it up, and then add it into your hummus, and it just gives this additional flavor element. It gives additional fiber, and adding in veggies into your diet is always great, so I highly recommend giving this a go. I am adding in some spices here to spice it up a bit, so I've got some cinnamon as well as some nutmeg, which adds this really nice, spicy, warm flavor to it. And then finally I went in with some cumin because I love cumin. It's really good for you. It's got heaps of nutrients in there, so I like to add in spices wherever I can. And these 3 spices, honestly, it just takes it to the next level, adds in extra flavor, and it's great for dipping carrots in especially, and basically anything you could dip in here, but it's just so yummy and it's so bright and vibrant, and I honestly love this recipe, so I hope you give it a go. And that is it. You just want to spoon that into your bowl and just eat it up exactly how it is. So here I am going to finish off the curry hummus by adding in some curry powder. And guys, that's all you have to do. So I just added in 1 teaspoon of curry powder and stirred it all up. And that's literally it. That is your curry hummus done. It is so simple, guys. Curry hummus, honestly, it sounds so fancy, so different. Like if you serve this up at a dinner party or with some friends, they would be like, wow, I've never had curry hummus before. But honestly, it's just regular hummus with a bit of curry powder. So easy. You could also make your own curry powder with a lot of different spices like turmeric and cumin and stuff like that. But I have a store-bought one here because it's just super simple and I wanted to keep it simple and easy for you all. So here you go, that is the curry hummus. And now for serving all the hummuses, I just like to make sure the bowl is nice and clean. So here you can see I'm cleaning off the edges just to make it a bit more aesthetic, but obviously you don't need to do that. And then I just topped it with a little bit of curry powder just so you can tell that that's the curry hummus. And then onto the regular hummus. So I am adding in a little bit of oil around the side here, and I think it just looks really pretty and it just, adds a bit of flavor, but you obviously don't need to add in the oil if you are oil free. And I topped it with some paprika just for looks, and also it tastes yummy, so Then onto the pumpkin hummus for serving, I just topped it with a bit of cinnamon in like a crisscross kind of thing. You can do whatever you want, but I just thought it looked pretty, so that's what I did for that one. And that is everything. These honestly look so good and they taste even better than they look. They're actually so great for if you're having friends over or if you just want a healthy, nutritious snack. It's just, it's my go-to now. I have converted completely into making hummus at home. I used to buy hummus every single week. I love the SSS Whole Foods brand as well as the Yumi's brand, but I am completely converted. I'm making my own hummus every week now, and I highly recommend you guys do it too, because not only is it so nutritious and you know exactly what's going in it, but also you're reducing your waste because you're not buying those plastic tubs every week. So I highly recommend you give it a go and let me know how yours turn out. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and let me know down below what was your favorite hummus recipe. Personally, my favorite, I think in these 3 was the pumpkin because it just has this delicious sweetness to it. But I also obviously really love the classic hummus. I make it basically every week now, so it is a definite go-to for me. And also if you are new here, welcome. Please be sure to hit that subscribe button below and click the bell notification button because I post new videos every Wednesday and Sunday, so stay tuned for that. And I'm actually super excited for my next video. I'm doing an unboxing of a vegan box, so stay tuned for that on Wednesday. I will see you all soon. Bye!